And of course, the point of this Nightline segment was to praise Logan and scare the viewers about controversial videos on YouTube. Much like the one you're watching right now. You know, things like this are an unacceptable cancer. Yet this person who films a dead body isn't. Or maybe the fact YouTube remained silent during the phenomenon of watching someone slowly kill themselves in front of thousands of horrified viewers. But sharing views different from the norm, or that deviate from the script, is unjustifiably evil. This is also not the first time that a Disney victim trolled people on the internet. Of course, this ruined Cole Sprouse's career, but Logan goes untouched.
Even Stevens is a classic Disney Channel show that apparently taught a lot of kids when we went to the moon. 1969, not a year before or after.
We went to the moon in 1969, not 1970, a year before. The rocket that flew had a really neat design. When it took off, the engines made a roar. We went to the moon in 1969. We went to the moon in 1969.
Cardi B singing about the moon.
These are a few other common logical fallacies regarding the flat earth movement. A common statement: scientists say. That is an appeal to authority fallacy. Just because someone has a degree and/or notoriety does not mean what they say is true. The more well-known they are, the more likely they are to be a puppet of the elite. How could all space agencies lie? This is an example of personal incredulity. When you're naive and gullible, it's hard to believe people lie. But your lack of understanding doesn't change the facts. The statement is easily answered once you realize that all space agencies are owned by the same generational families. The same ones that own the media, agriculture, the medical institutions, and so on. Now someone says Earth is not an accelerating disk, or ask why we don't fall off the edge, or it can't be flat because there are mountains. This is called a straw man argument. Real flat earthers don't say Earth is a disk accelerating upwards. That's part of a misinformation campaign the statement maker has correctly parroted. Prove the Earth is flat. This is the burden of proof. The burden of proof lies with the one making the claim. Flat Earth is not a claim, it is an observation. Examples of claims include Earth is spinning or Earth is a globe. Anyway, the network or the establishment goes by many names. It's made up of generational families in power who represent the hidden hand throughout history.
The Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exists for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power set. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power.
He tells you who the establishment is. He also uses the word global, and the video shows a few images of the globe.
You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it.
Yes, Trump attacks the cabal in this video, but the alliance depends on the continuation of this lie as well. Not only to keep their faith and hope in exploring space, but their belief system, like the New Age, incorporates extraterrestrials and planets. So the globe is a necessary part of programming any false belief system. When you get down to the micro levels of all of these organizations like NASA or observatories, they run very well, or the lies hold themselves up. These institutions are compartmentalized like H.H. Holmes's hotel. No one has the full picture. If you haven't already, I suggest researching Operation Bloodstone or Paperclip and the origins of NASA. Back to the network or the establishment. They enforce the propagation of disinformation to influence the masses to self-enforce the narrative or belief systems that shape our reality. An agent of influence, is someone who might be unwitting, under mind control, or ideologically motivated to use their positions of influence to sway the minds of others. Examples of agents of influence are anchormen on TV, journalists, academics quoted by the media, celebrities, some politicians, and of course, internet influencers. Many of them are related. Oftentimes, I find the people that reject the flat earth model don't even know what they're rejecting. Most don't even understand the flat earth model. They assume something like this. Still part of the heliocentric model of spherical planets, just replace the earth with a cracker. That's ridiculous, and not at all what any flat earther knows. Instead, this is what our ancestors knew. And according to a Masonic Bible, Egyptians thought the shape of the world was an oblong square. Helios was the Titan god of the sun, a guardian of oaths and the god of sight. He dwelt in a golden palace in the river Oceanus, at the far ends of the earth, from which he emerged each dawn, crowned with the aureole of the sun, driving a chariot drawn by 4 winged steeds. Helios was depicted as a handsome, usually beardless man clothed in purple robes. Helios was identified with several other gods of fire and light, such as Apollo. The heliocentric model of the solar system, also called the Copernican model, is a sun-centered model. Heliocentrism positions the sun in the center of the solar system, motionless, with Earth and the other planets rotating around it in circular paths modified by epicycles and at uniform speeds. Nicholas Copernicus was a Polish astronomer, mathematician, and a Catholic cleric. Alchemy and Hermetic magic features in the origins of the scientific revolution. Copernicus, Kepler, Galileo, and Newton were all interested in alchemic ideas and Hermetic principles. The Royal Society features as ground zero for the birth of modern science.